happen? What do I get 2? What do I get 2? What do I get 2? What do I get 3? What do I get 3? What do I get 4? What do I get 4? What do I get 5? 5. What do I get 5? What do I get 6 now? Hey, what do I get 7? What do I get 6? What do I get 7 now? What do I get 8? I'm at 7. What do I get 8? What do I get 8? What do I get 9? Now? What do I get 9? What do I get 10? What do I get 10? What do I get 10? 10. 10. What do I get 10? I do a whole lot of driving going down the road. My name's Phillip Little. I'm an auctioneer. It's been tough. That don't work, Mikey.
What's been tough?
Well, it's just been tough that I've lost a lot of jobs this year. I've had my auctioneer license for 5 years now, and I'm still not working as an auctioneer. I'm working as a ring man. So, lost a lot of sales. My wife and I are going to lose our house this year sometime, and I've sold everything I got, trying to keep the bills paid and gas in the car so I can drive 300 miles on Tuesday nights and another 120 on Wednesday nights, and used to drive over 400 on Fridays. And so no other time in my life could I really be the biggest loser. There's no time that I would leave and take off and not work a job and pay the bills to take care of my wife and kid.
So you're saying you're available for this?
I'm available for the Biggest Loser competition without a doubt. Dream of mine, I always wanted to be up in front of people in some way, shape, or form. I guess that's why I turned out to be an auctioneer. And I have a wife. Her name is Beverly Little, and we've been married. September 4th will be 18 years we've been married. We have a 6-year-old son named Dylan, and we'd never had kids before. We never prevented it. It just never happened. And then after 10 years of marriage, she got pregnant. We lost a baby. She got pregnant again. We lost another baby. And then we just decided it would just be her and I. And then she got pregnant and we had Dylan. So my son is 6 years old. He's very, very beautiful, intelligent, kind-hearted, and makes me really want to live. Made me feel like for the first time in my life I wasn't a loser. That's one thing I wanted to talk to you guys about. Is I hate the name Biggest Loser. Have never ever watched the TV show, not one time, because I don't like the name Biggest Loser, because all my life I felt like a loser from the way I was raised. Just had very low self-esteem. Didn't have a whole lot of belief in myself. Went in the Marine Corps thinking that'd make me tough and mean enough to get through this life. And
how long were you in there for?
I was in the Marine Corps for 4 years. I was a mortarman.
What's that?
It's a cannon. It's a just high angle of fire weapon. So did that for 4 years. And then ever since the Marine Corps, I've jumped from job to job to job to job to job to job, trying to figure out what in the world I could do. I've been a vet tech. I hung on top of high buildings and cleaned windows off of big skyscrapers. What else have I done? I've been an electrician's helper. I was a plumber's apprentice for 3 years on big commercial jobs like Arabian Nights Dinner Theater and MGM, Back to the Future building, all that kind of stuff. Golly, what else have I done? I worked for Publix. I was a meat cutter at Publix, a meat cutter apprentice, and then I was in the seafood department, and then I went up front and became a cashier and a front service and a back office guy, and then I became an assistant manager for Publix. And then I had my son and didn't want to be away from my son the amount of time that my dad was away from me growing up. So I left Publix, went and worked at a cabinet shop, helped build Shaquille O'Neal's home theater for this company that built home theaters. And in doing that, got back in touch with the auction business, where I started up in Georgia, being a ring man part-time, and moved back here. When I was back here in Florida, I got back in touch with the auction.
I'm gonna get 10, I'm gonna get 10, I'm gonna get pass. Come on, I'm gonna get take it on out, take it on out, take it on out, take it on out.
I've been doing the auction thing now full time for about 9 years, and now it's all falling apart, as you well know. I'm down to, used to work 5 jobs a week, and now I work 2 jobs a week. And the 2 jobs that I have, I was an auctioneer at both of those sales, and both of those sales slowed down, closed down lanes, and I was asked to stay on as a ring man instead of an auctioneer, which cuts your pay in half. So we're just not making it on our bills. So we're getting ready to move to Georgia, possibly, and I'm gonna change careers once again in my life, doing something, I don't know what, but my wife would really like me to have something that they don't call you and say, I need you to take this week off, please. So we can actually make a budget and live by it. So my big dream in my life has always been to be on David Letterman. And I don't know why that's been my dream. It's always been my dream to sit there next to Dave. I enjoyed him as a teenager. I've enjoyed him all my life growing up. And always just had that dream to sit there next to David Letterman. Didn't know why I would or for what reason, but just wanted to do that. I love to surf. That's besides my wife and my child, surfing is my biggest passion. I love the feeling of getting on a wave and riding it. I love the feeling of being in the ocean, and there's no place on earth you can be so humble as to sit in that water and watch a wave coming in that can swallow you up and throw you to the bottom and break your neck or snap you in two if it hits you wrong. And getting past it and riding the gentleness of it. There's things in that water that can swallow you whole or bite you in half. So no place on earth I feel so humble as out there in that water, close to God. I'm 46 years old.
You like to exercise?
Yeah, I like to exercise. I like to surf. I like to swim. I don't care for running at all. Never liked running, not even when I was in the Marine Corps.
Oh, well, that's going to change for you.
That's going to change. Oh, you know, I've always felt loved, but it was weird to be loved and be put down. I don't know how else to say it. Oh, that's why I'm going to need to get on this Biggest Loser show also and get this weight off so I can keep up with my child. He's 6 years old, has a very high IQ, and very high in reading, doing real well with his schoolwork and everything. And you know, I just don't feel like that loser anymore. Don't mind being called the Biggest Loser. If I get on that show, that's it. You just will see the Marine in me come out. You'll see my passion for life. You'll see how bad I want this. I want to make this change for myself, but I want to make this change for my more than deserving wife. I want to make this change so my son won't rub my belly and say, "Daddy, I'm so sorry you have a kegger. Please lose your kegger." So, I have a lot to live for now. I always thought I would be dead by the time I was 35 years old. Did not really think I would live to be 46. And now I need to live well into my 80s to watch my son become a father and a husband and a father and a man. That's what I really live to see now. What else do you think? I guess we can shut it off for a little bit and show you some auctioneering at the sale, and then maybe we can finish up with a little bit of surfing footage so you can see that I actually do bodyboard on the best bodyboard that's out there, the only thing that will hold a person my size. You'll see it. It's Bad Dad.
Looks like he's tired out. What's the matter, Phil?
It was big.
Too big.
It's way big.
Way too big.
It's over with until the storm passes. Glad I caught it this morning.
It's too rough.
This morning it was almost too big for me to go out. It was scary. But it was breaking clean. It wasn't like this. A bunch of white water. Still, I only rode one wave this morning. I rode one wave today too, but it wasn't like this morning's wave. It was just get me back in before I get creamed too bad.
Why do you look so happy for?
Well, because I'm getting ready to eat my favorite food of all time. Cheeseburgers are my favorite food. Can you see that? Oh, yeah. Oh, what are you talking about? Grilled onions, grilled mushrooms.
All the stuff you're not going to be eating here in 2 weeks. Uh-oh. I gotta go. Look at that nasty stuff. Nasty.
Well, I won't eat all that.
What? What'd you just say?
I won't eat all that.
I bet you could.